So again, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that this slide is working. There we go. So before we start, I would just kind of like to give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves. State your name and tell us, how you were impacted by breast cancer. So I will start, and we can just go with staff first and volunteers after. My name is Akim Bagian. Like I said, I'm the Development Associate at Pink Lemonade Project, and this is my second year working here. My connection with breast cancer is that my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and she later passed away in 2016 due to it. And it's been one of the main driver for me to do what I'm doing today. So yeah, Linda, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Linda Aronson, and I am the major events coordinator here at Pink Lemonade. I've been working started back in 1990s. That's really a long time ago, working with breast cancer organizations, mainly Komen at first. And it's everywhere. Breast cancer has affected me, not so much personally, but in the world around me. A lot of friends have had it. Some have survived, some haven't. And we don't have a cure yet. And we need to keep on fighting and keep on supporting those people with breast cancer.
Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jenny Jasinski, and I'm the program coordinator here. I work with Talia Williams, and we do all of the programs, including Pink Link events and the retreats and the mentorship and financial assistance. I know I've met Pia before. I don't think I've had the pleasure to meet Lynn, but I got involved with PLP kind of in a roundabout way. I teach yoga. And before I was hired on at PLP, I was teaching some of the yoga Pink Link events for the breast cancer community for Pink Lemonade Project. And then I saw that Pink Lemonade had this opportunity, and I was very interested in helping out locally in our community, but then also just working on public health and women's health initiatives. So I thought this would be a good fit. And here I am.
Awesome, thank you. And I see that Susan has joined us. Susan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Stearns, and welcome to our updated volunteer training. And my day job is running Pink Lemonade Project.
Thank you. And Lynn, if it's okay, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what's your connection with breast cancer?
Yeah, so my name is Lynn Labasan. I am a breast cancer survivor. First one diagnosed in 2012, second one diagnosed in 2021, at which time I had the double mastectomy. I am a paddler with Pink Phoenix Dragon Boat team here in Portland.
Wow.
And I've volunteered at the Girlfriends Run for several years now, just because I myself don't like to run and I don't like to walk. So I try to do everything other than walk and run by helping at the event itself. Usually I'm at the finish line giving out medals, but I've also done whatever Linda needs me to do, I guess,
And I appreciate it, Lynn. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you're at work. Is it okay? Would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yep, just unmuted. Hi, I'm Pia Peters. I'm a 4-year breast cancer survivor, and I was diagnosed 2020 right at COVID and had a double mastectomy and decided to stay flat. And Kaiser introduced me to PLP, and I volunteered at the Girlfriends Walk One with my husband doing the water station one, and then the golf tournament, and then the annual auction galas and registration. So
awesome.
Yep.
Thank you so much. And one of the reasons we're having this refresher, I will say this training right now is because our organization has grown so much in the past years that we want to make sure that our volunteers get a great understanding of all the scopes of things that we're doing. So and I will be trying to engage you at some point to just kind of ask you questions regarding how would you present Pink Lemonade Project if somebody were to ask you about it. So I want to also make sure that we see here that we have our board. So as a nonprofit, we have a board of directors that are the one overseeing Pink Lemonade Project and making sure that we are, staying on track and working toward accomplishing our mission. And, our board emeritus, notably here, we have Dr. Ellen Gabriel and Casey Gabriel, who were the founder of Pink Lemonade Project. Here is our staff. We've already introduced some people here, but we have Ann Berryman, our Chief Strategy Officer, Talia Williams, who is our Director of Programs, and Chris, who is Operations and Fiscal Manager and helps us a ton in the office.
And Jessica.
And Jessica, sorry, thank you. Who helps us definitely with marketing and design and graphic. So
Yes.
all the beautiful designs of Pink Lemonade you're seeing everywhere, it's Jessica. So I want to talk about our mission here. So Pink Lemonade's mission is to educate, empower, and support all communities affected by breast cancer. And we want to make sure that people understand what it means. So we are, mostly we are serving, all 6 counties in Southwest Washington and all of Oregon. And so we try to bring diverse voices together to elevate the discussion regarding breast cancer. We try to bring unique programs and services that support individuals, but also the families that are affected by breast cancer. And so we are really passionate and committed to saving life and improving the quality of life for people along the breast cancer journey. So here, in a way, it's kind of what, when people will ask me, what does Pink Lemonade do? In my own words, I would say that, we are nonprofit based in Vancouver, Washington, and we serve people affected by breast cancer. And I try to emphasize that we serve all communities. We want to make sure that we encompass all communities affected by breast cancer, not just the breast cancer patients, but their families, as well as also, the people, the caretaker. So we try to take all of that into account when we talk about what Pink Lemonade does. And like I said before, as an organization, we have grown and our mission has grown as well. And the things we've done also have improved. So here in today's approach, you can read, in these 5 points, we evolve the programs and services, we build partnerships in communities, we listen and learn from changing community needs, we create awareness and promote education, and we generate consensus, and we try to be problem solvers. And when we talk about the cancer continuum, we have to take into account that cancer doesn't just, begin at the diagnosis. And we try to, put a lot of energy in prevention. So I'm sure you've already seen our breast health shower cards. I'm sorry, my camera is kind of blurry. Don't know if you can see it or not. But these, we try to share these and to try to help people in the prevention side of things. In early detections and screening, we work with local organizations that provide screenings. We try to promote those events, and we are at those events, and we try to get people engaged, because early diagnosis is, where treatment can be live and where we can save lives. But breast cancer doesn't just stop after treatment. There's life after breast cancer. There's, survivorship. There's also people that are living with metastatic breast cancer. So all of those things are really important. And as an organization, we really try to make sure that we encompass all of those aspects of the breast cancer when it comes to our mission and our work. And here I would like to share some statistics with you. I don't know if you're aware of it, but 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. And in the Pacific Northwest, it's 1 in 7 women. And we also know that 1% of men will be diagnosed in breast cancer. So when people will talk about Pink Lemonade, they will say, oh, we help women affected by breast cancer. And I like to emphasize that men can also get breast cancer. And that's why we like to say all communities affected by breast cancer, because we want to make sure that everybody feels included. Here are some data that talk about the cancer disparities in communities. And that's one of the reasons that we try to engage with different communities that are also affected by breast cancer. And as you can see, for example, here, I will take one statistics. Black women under 40 have higher rates of new breast cancer diagnosis than white women. And those are things that people are not aware of. And so that's why we really try to educate people, and we try to build relationship in all communities in order to boost awareness and help and motivate people to get screenings and get detection early. Metastatic breast cancer is also a facet of breast cancer that is sometimes forgotten about, but it's very important. But the good thing is more and more people are able to live longer lives thanks to progress in medicines and technology. And so that's one thing we want to highlight, that today 168 people are currently living with metastatic breast cancer, and that number wasn't as high in the past. I would like to take this moment here now to talk about our programs, and I will let Jenny speak on this. So Jenny, you can take it away and kind of talk about our different programs.
Sorry, I forgot. There's background noise and I forgot to unmute. So just kind of starting at the top of the list here really quick, we have awareness projects. One of our big ones is our Pink Cart program. So for several years, we've been having pink carts for sale in Clark County for recycling that folks can buy to help raise money for Pink Lemonade Project, as well as bring awareness to breast cancer. And we recently just launched a similar program in Cowlitz County, but those are trash cans. And so it's just a great way to expand PLP's name and how we can be helpful in the community, as well as bring awareness to breast cancer. We get out every year, especially in October with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, at various community health and outreach events. So we do a lot of tabling at health fairs, community centers, just various events where we know a lot of people are going to come together. Oftentimes communities that are not getting enough exposure or access to information about breast cancer and potential screenings. And as Hakeem showed you, the breast shower cards. And so those are events that we could definitely use some help with. We also do screening partnerships with assisting in and underinsured patients to get clinical breast exams as well as mammograms. And then we have our Pink Link education and virtually pink events, where we have experts in various topics that would potentially be of interest to the breast cancer community, as well as doing community building events. So we've had everything from walks to yoga to craft events, social events, and then educational events as well, where we're learning about hormone therapy and how that can affect your life and how to deal with that, and sleep quality. So just all a range of topics. We offer financial assistance programs that we offer 3 that can help folks out. One that basically serves rural communities that have to do some traveling to get their treatment, to help those underserved communities, as well as more of a local metro area program that helps sort of with general financial needs. And then we also offer a holiday program. We offer many support groups. Pink Lemonade offers 2 peer-led support groups by our wonderful lead peer mentor as well as support group leader, Adrian. And then we partner with clinical organizations and hospital systems to lead several other programs as well. Then we have a special community with our metastatic breast cancer folks, and we have special events just for them. They have their own advisory council and newsletter. We also offer our retreats, which was the foundation originally of Pink Lemonade Project many years ago. We started out with 3-day retreats and are now branching out and offering some 1-day retreats as well. So mixing things up to have more access just for a wide variety of people, because not everybody can commit to 3 days. And these are run by our licensed clinical social workers. We also offer a peer mentorship program, which is a peer-to-peer mentorship program. And our peers are breast cancer people who are either past treatment or who are living with metastatic. And they have been trained by licensed clinical social workers as well to help just talk others who are newly diagnosed through their journey. And then we offer some other major events throughout the year to help celebrate those affected by breast cancer.
Great, thank you so much. So this here shows how much Pink Lemonade Project has grown. Just the sheer amount of programs that we offer just show that the organization has just grown and changed over the years. And another way to showcase this growth here is the amount of people that we've been able to serve. And as you can see, since 2020 until 2023, every year we've been able to serve more and more people, more and more families. And in correlation to that growth is also the support that we've been receiving has been growing. So the more support we get, the more we're able to help people, the more our outreach is growing. So, and that also comes because of volunteers helping at those events, at Girlfriends, at Pink Glow, at over different events, raising money to be able to do this work. So I want to take a second here, just pause, because I know we've kind of went through a lot of information, and just kind of take a moment to check with everyone here. And I just want to ask you a couple of questions here, and everyone can take turns to reply, and I will mostly focus on volunteers here. If you can just talk about who is Pink Lemonade Project, and how would you describe this organization if someone were to come to you and ask you, well, hey, I heard about Pink Lemonade Project. What is it? What do they do? Is anyone interested in answering that question? Lynn? Sorry, I put you on the spot there.
So I would say the Pink Lemonade Project is a big resource of information for people that have just been diagnosed, as well as you guys help people all the way through the length of their time, I guess, with cancer, with breast cancer. That you just have a lot of resources to be able to help people with getting information or financial support, and just being a big resource to somebody just recently diagnosed that don't know where to turn to. I think Pink Lemonade Project is just there for everyone.
That's great. That's totally right, because that's an aspect that people, sometimes forget, is that we are definitely a hub of resources. And when you come to us, we can help you. We have a bunch of data that we can provide to you, a bunch of information. So definitely a right way to describe what Pink Lemonade Project is.
Lynn, that was a great description, and we should quote you in some of our marketing materials. So thank you for that.
I mean, when I was first diagnosed in 2012, I don't know when you guys were formed, but in 2012, I really didn't have, any information, I guess, any resources. There was one person I knew who had, gone through breast cancer, and so she was my major resource for me. But I've helped in your office in the past. It's been a couple years, several years actually before COVID. So I've helped in your office, and I've just been more around the Pink Lemonade Project. And so I've just learned a lot about what you guys are there to do and who you are there for. So yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask the same question to Pia. How would you describe Pink Lemonade Project to someone who never heard about us?
My first impression was it felt like family to me. Very open, welcoming. When you get diagnosed, it's pretty devastating. I didn't know anyone that was affected by breast cancer. So when I found out about Pink Lemonade, they immediately assigned me a mentor. And so I could talk over feelings, emotions. It wasn't just going through the process and the appointments, but it was how you're going to feel. And the retreat, I did attend a 3-day retreat, and that was phenomenal. Being able to talk openly with, a group of people going through the same, thing as I did. But also, the fundraising, you're a nonprofit, but, fundraising is very important, but the people, it's, the people are the focus, the people and the families and the caregivers. And my husband attends events with me, and he's just in awe with how many people are so welcoming, and they know me, and, they'll say, "Hi, Pia," and it's like, wow, it's nice. It just feels comfortable and like a family. It doesn't feel like a nonprofit company that's just out there to promote and help with breast cancer research, but the focus is on the people, and that's what I like.
Well, we could use both of your statements for our brochures.
I know. I know.
Thank you.
Tearing up over here, Pia.
Yeah, thank you very much, both of you.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Thank you so much. And actually, that's what I was about to say. We just really appreciate your dedication and support to our organization, because without volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we know you were doing. So we really appreciate that, taking your time, your expertise, and supporting us and helping us serve more people. That's something that is just very valuable to us. So thank you again. And since we're talking about volunteering, I just kind of want to bring it back again to Jenny to talk about the different volunteer opportunities when it comes to your side of things program.
Yeah. So some of the volunteer needs that we have are committee-based, and so we have numerous committees that PLP uses to help move the organization and the work forward, which include fundraising committees. We have a major events planning committee. We also have a metastatic breast cancer council. We have a programming committee that helps us with all of the things that fall under the programming heading, such as financial assistance and our Pink Link community events. So committees that just help us dial in and get that specific work done in an area. And those are super important. We also, a couple times a year, have special projects where we may need an ad hoc group and just sort of a temporary, situation for a couple weeks or months where we just need to get a specific project done, and we may need some additional community input. And then other types of volunteer needs, as both of you know, I know both of you have volunteered with us before. We do event-based volunteering. So when we talked earlier about those community events, where we're going out and we're talking to various communities about awareness, prevention, screening, and then what may happen if you do get a diagnosis at one of those screenings. So those kind of tabling events where we're interacting with the community, those are super important. And then we have office-based volunteer opportunities where we're, if, you know, folks can come into the office and help out with just various things. We had a wonderful person today in the office helping us stuff swag bags for some of our screenings, Marva. We have all kinds of administrative work that just is never ending and could always use a hand with. And then sometimes we have remote projects too, where you could be doing some research for us at home, looking some things up, and then, you know, sort of giving us a summary back, and then we can move that information forward.
Thank you. Definitely, you know, that's something that we're trying to emphasize to our volunteers, is that you don't always have to come to the office or at events. If you want to volunteer, we do have projects that you can do from home. So that's something I want to just make sure that people understand. And, you know, I hope that they will get more people to volunteer. And I will let Linda talk about
Okay.
this side volunteering.
Well, this as we go forward with all of our programs, we do have a need for fundraising. And we have a lot of generous people in our database that do help all the time. But we have a couple of big events that raise quite a bit of money. Pink Glow is number one. It's our 15th anniversary celebration next year. Pia, get ready for your dress. And Lynn, like to have you there too. But we have all kinds of different things that are available to volunteer for Pink Glow, from registration to picking up bid sheets, everything like that going on. You can see the picture where people are holding up things. We try to keep our volunteers, they help set up, they help clean up, and they are a very big part of Pink Glow. Does all the behind the scenes work for that. The next event that we have, that is our next biggest one, is coming up very shortly, 2 weeks. Girlfriends, and thank you both for volunteering there. I think you're both signed up for this year, and I appreciate it very much. Girlfriends is an event that was originally started by Hawaii Racing Events 18 years ago. So this is the 18th anniversary of Girlfriends. And since then, Pink Lemonade Project for the last 14 years have been the main beneficiary. So any money that is donated at the event or during the event with fundraising, all the fundraising comes to us, which is we can't replace this, but it's a great event for those. I think you both have been there before. I call it my sea of pink in October because it's just totally pink coming down the streets. We have different things, everything from water stations. Thank you, Pia, and your husband. We have the finish line that is there to cheer on people coming in. We have people feeding, serving food, because food is always served at the end too. So there's lots of different volunteer positions there, and there's quite a variety too. So that's where we supply at least about 30 volunteers to Hawaii Events for putting on their race. So that is essential. We can't have either of these events without volunteers. You're important. So you're important to us for helping make both of these events very successful. So
Yeah, and I would like, yes, Lynn, you have a question?
hi, Lynn.
Yeah, if you cannot answer this, then that's fine. I just want to know, how much does the Girlfriends Run bring in
Well,
for your fundraising?
sure. Last year we brought in about $85,000.
Okay.
This year our goal is 100,000. We're going down to the wire here, so if you know of anybody who'd like to give a donation, that would be fine with us. You can get hold of me. And that stays. The thing is, Lynn, is that on the Girlfriends, which most people don't know this, all the registration fees stay with Hawaii Events. They have to pay for putting on the event. It's a very fine-tuned machine, but any of the donations that come in go entirely to us, which is not the case in a lot of fundraisers. There's a fee for it, everything for that. So we're very fortunate to be able to partner up with Hawaii Events and have this every year.
So the people that run,
Yes.
And again, I'm not a runner, so
Yeah,
I've never
got it.
participated. But those that run, do they then solicit donations? Is that how it works?
They can. For those who participate, whether they run or they walk, they can choose to be a fundraiser. It is
I
not,
see.
it is not necessary to be
Okay.
one, because Y Events, this is a racing and walking event for them too. So we're fortunate enough to be able to partner with Y. And they've just said, yes, we want to grow the race, and we've helped them do that. But they're accredited an event planner for races. So if you got a certain time in the 6K during this, you could qualify for Boston Marathon, which you have to qualify for. Now, most of us just walk and have a good time, but it's it is a qualified race too.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
And Linda, I believe that when people do volunteer at Girlfriends, we do get some sort of
Yep, they Y Events does pay for their volunteers. So all of the volunteers that we give them, we do get a fee for, and they pay us. So that's another way of fundraising that we have through this event too.
Great. Any other questions? I want to talk here about another aspect of fundraising. We talked about community health and outreach events as well as third-party fundraisers. So these are events, that are held year-round to raise awareness about breast cancer. So we would be tabling at different places. It could be a park. Some events happen in Vancouver, some in Portland. So various locations. And okay, keeping out. And so these are, events that you will also always, hear from us regarding our needs. And in October, we have a bunch of those, so we'll definitely need a lot of help for those. And an aspect that Jenny has talked about is, volunteering at the office, whether it's helping us making phone calls, doing some research, getting resources, putting packets together, mailing packets, or, doing some online research or data entry. And in terms of how we communicate with our volunteers, so we have a newsletter that we send every month. We also try to share those opportunities on social media. You may have also gotten a phone call from us, or one of our volunteers have called you asking if you can volunteer for some of our events. And if you want to keep up to date and see when we have new volunteer opportunities posted, you can go on our website, get involved. You click on volunteer opportunities, and you just go all the way down to current volunteer opportunities and information. And when you click on sign up today, it will take you to this page where you will see our current. So this is constantly updated. So if there's anything new, you will find it there. You will just have to look at whatever events fit your needs, and you are available to sign up for it. Select it, enter your contact information, and submit. And after that, we will contact you and try to plan for that event that you have signed up for. And I just want to, as we kind of getting short on time here, want to ask if anybody have any questions, concerns, anything that you want to add before we conclude today.
I have a question. This is Pia.
Yes, Pia.
I haven't seen anything about Camas Girls Night Out. Is that happening, or did it change the name, or?
They I'm sorry, because I live in Camas, so I know. They have canceled the event this year, Pia. There is not going to be one. They were going to have a replacement, and that didn't receive very good
Support.
feedback on it. So we're kind of, last thing I have heard of is that they are going to be working for an event next year.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe there's not going to be one, huh?
I know. I usually attend that as a survivor, and it's pretty fun. So
Yes, yeah. Well, we'll maybe have a bigger and better one next year.
there you go.
Great. So I'm gonna stop the recording now.